PianoLessons.com, the #1 name in piano lessons online.
Hi, I'm Nate Bosch from PianoLessons.com, and today we're going to learn how to play the piano. You look at this keyboard, and there's 88 keys, some white, some black. You want to know, where do I start? Right here, middle C. We're going to start with middle C, and we're going to work our way up to the next C. So here we have middle C. The next white note is D. The next note after that, E. Then we have F, G, A, B, and we'll top it off with another C. That right there is called the C major scale. Let's play it again. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C. So again, that's the C major scale. Now we call it the C major scale because the starting note, or the root, is C. Let's play it one more time and just listen to how the scale sounds. That is a major scale. Now, with a scale, you can create melodies, build chords, and we'll be well on our way to playing piano. So let's get to the next step and let's build a chord. We're going to start on our root note, C. We're going to skip a note, D, and move to E. Skip the note F and play a G. So we're playing 3 notes together at the same time, which we call a chord, and this particular chord is called a triad. But you don't have to remember that. We're just going to, it's a chord. Well, let's change that a little bit, and we'll start on F, and we're going to build another triad. There's A. We're going to skip the note from F, go to A, skip another note, C. There we have the F major chord. Now let's move up one note again to start with, and we'll start on the G this time. G, we'll skip a note, B, we'll skip over our C at the top, and we'll play a D. There we have the G major chord. Let's review the chords. We'll start at the root again. So we have C, E, and G. That is the C major chord. We'll start on the F. A, C. That is the F major chord. Now we're going to start on the G. The B, D. So G, B, and D makes the G major chord. I'll play them. C, F, G. Now, these 3 notes, you can move them in any particular order you want. Say we want to put the C on the top. Same chord, just looks a little bit different, sounds a little bit different. Or we put the G on the bottom. Those are called inversions, but we're not going to worry about that. I'll just show you that when we start putting these chords together, these inversions help the chords, play a little smoother than if we were just to play. Sounds a little choppy. Here's what an inversion allows us to do. I'm going to play the C chord. Then I'm going to move to the F. But I'm only going to move the top 2 fingers. So here we have a C, an F, and an A. You're saying, well, what is that? Well, let's put the C back on top, and we've got our F chord again. So we started with C, move these 2 fingers up, playing an F, and now you're looking at that going, I don't know what that is. Well, if we bring the G, we put it on the bottom, we see a triad again, G, B, and D. There's our G chord. So we have a C chord, an F chord, a G chord, and back to C. So there now, we've learned the scale. We've learned the C major scale. We learned that the root of that scale is C, and we've started building chords from the notes in that scale. We built the C chord, F chord, G chord. We learned about inversions, which We don't have to worry about that. It's just different shapes of the chord is how you can think of it. This shape is like a snowman. It was a little bit like that. Okay. Here's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to take our left hand and we're just going to play the root of each of those chords. So the root of the C chord is C. So we'll play the C below middle C. Now if we move to the F chord, what is the root or the base of the F chord? Well, that is the F, of course. So we're going to move and play with our left hand the F. For the G, you guessed it, G. So there's the root. C, we'll play them together. F and G. Now those three chords are very popular chords used in what is called a chord progression. All that means is when you put different chords together in a pattern or in a phrase, it's called a chord progression. So if we put a C and an F and a G and another C, we call that a 1-4-5 progression. You're going, what? What do you mean 1-4-5? Here's another point.